Hey YouTube, RicoKnows here. Going to do my NFL draft review like I've been doing for every single team. If you want to know what I think about every single NFL draft prospect, all you have to do, go to the playlist. It's here on YouTube. I think it's called 2024 NFL Draft Review and Assessments. I'm going through every single team. I'm going alphabetical by city. So yesterday was the Dallas Cowboys. Today we have the Denver Broncos, okay? So the Denver Broncos going into this draft, they had 7 picks that they decided to make. They did move around a little bit to get Bo Nix, but it wasn't the end of the world. They didn't give up everything. So let's talk about it, though. In the first round, they go and take the 12th pick overall, Bo Nix, and I think it was a complete reach. Bo Nix has a second-round grade. Yes, he was the last quarterback taken in the first round, and there was a huge drop between Bo Nix and the next quarterback taken. I got it. But you didn't have to take him at 12. No one was going to fight you for him. Bo Nix is a second-round draft pick at best. You know, when people talk about Bo Nix's potential, you say things like, well, he looks like Kirk Cousins. He looks like Dak Prescott. He looks like Russell Wilson, like the ceiling. He's going to perform like those guys, theoretically. The only difference between Bo Nix and all the quarterbacks I just named is they were 3rd and 4th round draft picks. So when you go and find a quarterback of this caliber in the 4th round, that's to be applauded. When you take it 12th overall, not so much, okay? So it's a little underwhelming. I understand they have team needs and things of that nature, but this doesn't move me at all. This feels like you chose the best quarterback remaining at the 12th spot, and next year there will be similar choices, if not better ones, at that same spot. So it just doesn't move me. I'm not impressed. I thought it was a reach, and that's terrible. You could have traded back in the first round. You didn't have to even move up. Next pick they take in the 3rd round, they take Jonah Elliss. This is an edge rusher. His dad played in the NFL. Okay, for 10 years. His dad was his defensive line coach at Utah. So it's cool. You're playing for your dad. He teaches you all the right things. You have great motor. The guy's only 240 pounds. He probably needs to grow a little bit to play in the NFL, but he usually gets off his first block. Like, he just keeps using his hands, dominating. I think he only played in 10 games this year, and he had 12 sacks. So we're talking about a highly productive edge rusher, somebody who can do the damn thing. And more importantly, with the Broncos having a 3-4 defense, their outside linebackers, they need guys who can actually do this thing, right? They need guys who can actually get after the quarterback and drop into coverage. The easiest way to help your defensive backs is have a good pass rush. And when you're looking at quarterbacks like Herbert and some guy who's winning Super Bowls, for the Chiefs, you really need a pass rush. So that's impressive there. You address it in the 3rd round. There's not much choice. You didn't have much choice. There was nobody else to pick for a while. I think the next edge rusher that came off the board was the Houston Baptist kid, Helix or some shit like that. Apologize for cursing. In the 4th round, you take Troy Franklin. He fell all the way to the 4th round. People were a little surprised, like all the people watching the live stream with me. If you go back and you watch the draft on my live tabs, I'm sorry. Something just got in my throat. No diddy. But yeah, people were surprised to see him in the 4th round. I wasn't. You know, in 2023, he had some drop passes. He really did. And this is a guy who was winning contested balls. This is a guy who's running. He's got enough juice to get past a DB, but he did have some drop passes. Like, he needs to win those contested battles, and he wasn't. Seeing him link back up with Bo Nix makes sense. I'm sure it's a match made in heaven, as they say, but it is what it is. Not a bad draft pick at all in the 4th round. I think he's going to make the team and contribute and be around for a little bit. I hope he gets a second contract, but that kid looks decent. Chris Abrams-Drain, corner, playing out of Missouri. You guys know the deal. Ennis Rackstraw's the other corner. He plays opposite of Rackstraw, so they're testing him. They're testing his gangster, throwing the ball at him all day long. The safeties at Missouri are special. Shout out to them. But when I look at Abrams-Drain, he's shorter than 6 foot. He plays his ass off. This is a converted wide receiver who just knows how to find the ball. Ton of picks. What did he have? 4 interceptions, 12 batted passes. There's nothing written on the wall over here, guys. I'm going off my memory, but I'm just telling you. 12 batted passes. When I see 12 pass breakups, I go turn on the tape. Obviously, I watch every Missouri game, but still, I turn on the tape and watch you and just focus on you. And I see a hell of a player, man. I'm excited for that draft pick. I know corners under 6 feet usually fall in the draft, but that one right there, I like it. Then you got in the 5th round, again, another pick. Audric Estime, running back out of Notre Dame. This young man, all he did all he ever did at Notre Dame was dominate and dominate some more. The only thing he did wrong was he went out and ran like a 4.79 40. I think he got a little faster at the pro day, but not by much. So people are looking at him saying, dude, you're 40 slower than Ricky Waters. Ricky Waters ran a 4.71 back in the day. But anyways, they're looking at him saying he's not fast enough to be a breakaway runner. And he's not. And he's only 5'11", 220. Is he really a bowling ball? I think he's a good football player. And when you're better than your peers on a Saturday over and over and over again, and then people try to tell you, well, you don't translate to the NFL. Well, in about 3 or 4 years, all those guys he was dominant over will be in the NFL, and they'll be the predominant, starters in the NFL, if you will. And we know he's better than his peers. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good draft pick. Once again, another guy that fell in the skill positions, and I like it. Him and Troy Franklin feel like value in the position group. So good luck to him. Hope he makes the final 53. Then there's Devin Vell here. Devon Vell. Devon is 6'4". He's huge. Former walk-on, played at Utah. I see a body trapper. I see a catch trapper. Like, he catches the ball, but he uses his body and his chest, and he, traps it. And I don't like the way he catches. I really don't. Hope he makes the team. He's got a little bit of juice to him. Long strider, can beat you over the top, stuff like that. But not a polished receiver by any means. I never once saw his tape and thought NFL. Never. But he's obviously fast enough to play. He's got the right metrics you're looking for. Just feel like not a natural pass catcher is what I'll say. And you need that. And then the last pick, Nick Gargiulo. I'm terrible with names, y'all. Nick G, as we call it. Nick G, a former captain out of Yale. I remember when he hit the transfer portal last season, I made a video on him. And I just said, man, can this guy play in the SEC? He's good depth. He can play everywhere. He can play center, guard, tackle, whatever. What I see at the point of contact is somebody who does not wipe away defenders. Like, if he's down blocking somebody, he's not wiping away. He's kind of stonewalling them. And he does go to the whistle. Like, he does play hard. But he's not really resetting the line of scrimmage, not striking fear in anybody. I will say this. He's athletic. He stays on his path. He'll get to that second level. He will get to that linebacker. I don't know about the NFL, but when I watched him in college, I saw a guy that could get to the second level, make those combo blocks, and stay on his path. But I don't see him moving a whole lot of guys. And that's just weight room. Like, that's just strength. He doesn't have it, at least not that I've seen. And if he's strong in the weight room, well, he's not strong on tape. It doesn't translate. If I read somewhere and it tells me you're squatting 500 pounds and then I watch the tape and you're not moving guys, I kind of question how it translates, right? That's what I want to see. If you say you bench 395, 415, whatever, 405, 4 plates, 405. If you say you bench 405 and then you can't stiff arm a corner, I don't mess with you. Because I don't know where you got your stats from. I don't know where you got your maxes from. Nonetheless, it's the Broncos. I look at this and I want to say something. Unless Bo Nix improves immensely, I don't see a lot of 2-contract guys here. I think this draft class is very underwhelming, kind of ho-hum. But they try to find some value in some spots. I'm underwhelmed by the whole thing. And it starts with reaching on your first pick. And I hope you found a franchise quarterback. Because if you didn't, you found a 3rd or 4th round caliber quarterback, 12th overall. And that's the recipe for disaster. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows. Good luck, y'all.